Okay, yeah, so here's our guy. He's doing things, and I can press the B key to make him roll. We're going to be replacing that animation. So, that is a group of animations called SpecialIdle. Get anim action. Right now he's doing nothing. See, 0. But if he's doing like a SpecialIdle, get anim action 13, which is essentially it's all SpecialIdles. And I made a script so that when you're in anim action 13, you can have the ability to shoot. Well, I need a weapon with bullets first. You have the animated ability to shoot while you're fucking rolling, which is pretty dope. The only thing that you really need to know is that I'm playing an animation that's called Beta Anim Land Roll, and that animation is, let's go to our data file, let's go to meshes, it's inside characters, male, I think it's in idle animations. Where is it? Land and roll. Here it is. This is what we're going to be replacing. My setup's a little different, but it doesn't really matter. So, we got a number of things that you need to pay attention to. Actions, you need to pay attention to the action name, because that's going to be important. So, action name. You need to pay attention to bone priorities. So, if you go into the bone, and those are the bone priorities right there. 99 means it'll overwrite all of the other animations, no matter which one's playing. Priorities. And I'm not going to help you get a Niftools installed on your machine. You need to figure that out yourself. Once you have Niftools installed, you should be able to export to a KF file. It won't work. You'll get an error. And the reason that you'll get the error is because there is no skeleton.nif. You need to remember the skeleton.nif. That's what you always got to remember. When you export to KF, there's no skeleton.nif in here. But, luckily for me, I put a skeleton.nif. It's down here somewhere. I promise it's somewhere in here. We don't need to have all this shit, so we're just going to delete this crap. You can delete channels and it's fine. What do we have? We just have some of this stuff. So, we're going to make him wave, alright? And, we're just going to make him raise his right arm and maybe his left arm. We're going to make him like break his bones, alright? You guys cool with that? We're going to make him break his bones. And then we're going to take these ones and we're going to make his left arm go down. We're going to make his left arm go down. You're going to see that. Oh, except I kind of fucked up over here. So, yeah, why don't we fix that? Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. We're just making a simple animation. So his arms, he'll just be doing a little dance move for us. And you know what? He's also going to move too. And this is the move node. Don't ever, ever, ever rotate it or else bad things will happen. Only move it, and don't ever move it up and down either. Only move it on the X and Y plane, I think that is. Yes. Only ever move it on the X and Y plane. Don't ever rotate it, and don't ever move it up and down, or bad things will happen. But we'll make him move. We will make him move forward, and we're going to make these all linear too. So make them linear. So we're going to make him move forward, and we're going to make his arms break. And that'll be our little animation. And as you can see, there's no leg animations, and they're not apparent in the dope sheet. But once we start animating it, they'll be apparent in the dope sheet. So if we wanted to make his legs move, that's cool. We can just select a frame, then select the next frame, and say we want his leg to be like that, so his leg will bend like that. But if we don't like that animation, and for me personally, this project, I don't like that animation, we will delete that channel, and his leg stays in the same place. But that's okay. We can reset it by pressing ALT+R. Remember that. ALT+R to make go back to original position. And then you can make ALT+G to make go back to original transform. Let's say you make an accident and you accidentally stretch his leg to the side. That's okay. Alt-G. Oh, wait a minute. That's Control-G. Yes, Alt-G. Or, and never do this unless you know what you're doing, you make the size different. Alt-S is what you want. So I'll just say Alt-S equals reset size. And I'll give you this file when I'm done too. Alright. Delete channels you don't want. And let's export this animation. We're going to export it as a SpecialIdle. And we're going to export it as... Oh, I know why we couldn't see the skeleton.nif. But I'll show you that it's there. There it is. There it is, right there. Right there. That's what you need. Make sure you have that in the folder that you're exporting to. We've got our animation. Looks pretty cool. He's moving and he's breaking his arms. Let's go ahead and export this as KF, and we're going to call it my proj, I guess. And we're going to rename it. But let's go back to male idle animations. What did we have before that we were replacing? Yes, we're replacing, it's land and roll. Yes, we're going to call it land and roll. My proj, we're now going to call it land and roll. So now, when we boot up New Vegas and we play the SpecialIdle animation, we should see, if I didn't fuck up the exporting process, we should see our cool animation that we just did. Yep, there we go.
Hello.
Now you might notice that he's not in the exact same position that he was in Blender. Now there's a reason for that. That's because these channels are missing from the dope sheet. See, I'll show you again. He's in a slightly different position. Don't mind the rain. It always rains when I press the B key. In fact, you can even run and do our special animation at the same time because the leg channels are deleted. Shit, I didn't even...
So it's like...
Mm-hmm.
It's
Keep
like
talking.
automatically like replaced if it's not there.
It's replaced by whatever is active. Whatever animation's active.
Yeah.
By default, look up here. The empty idle animation, which is in male locomotion empty idle, is always playing. It's always playing. Or in this case, it would be sneak idle. But there's always an idle animation playing. So, yeah, that's basically the long and short of it. So you can run around, and as you can see, he's moving too. That's because we adjusted this node right here. See this bone? This bone? This is the player lateral movement bone. And like I said, don't ever rotate it. And I'll show you what happens when you rotate it. Rotate it, export. So this is what happens when you rotate the bone. Now you're permanently stuck like this. So yeah, don't ever rotate your bone like that.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's good enough. Same thing happens if you move it up and down. Your character will permanently be stuck in the air.
Hardcore Spider-Man mod leaks.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we can keep rotating him until he goes back. So that's...
Psychor, we're expecting Spider-Man's web swing now.
Oh my god, here we go.
Web crawling and shit.
Alright, now here's something cool that you can do. Let's undo that. So now he's doing a little dance move. Let's say we want to selectively... And this bone, never fuck with this bone. I don't know why this bone's here. But you only want to fuck with the bones that actually move the skeleton. Not these fucking... I don't even know what these are for, okay? Don't fuck with those. And those exist over here too. So you might have to fucking double click in order to adjust the right bone. In fact, I'll probably just end up deleting these. I don't really know. They're here, and they're here. It'll just make your rig look fucking stupid. I think they're holdovers from Oblivion. But here's the bone priority. Remember, again, bone priorities. Always remember that. What happens if we sent the bone priority to, like, 29 or some stupid stuff like that? And you can move these around, too. You can move it to the top. Just reorganize them. Doesn't do anything. It just makes your life a little more organized, which you should probably do. See, now all the bones on the left arm are together, and all the bones on the right arm are together, which is cool. So, what did we do? We set the bone priorities to 29. Now we're going to export it again, and we're just going to see what happens. Now, with the left arm at 29, what do you expect to happen? Exactly.
Hey.
He is adopting the left arm is still adopting the hold rifle pose, quote unquote hold rifle pose, and it will continue to adopt the poses that are summoned by whatever animation's happening. So that's pretty simple. And as you can see, even if we're walking to the left, he'll move forward. Because, and I think that's, I'm not sure, but I think that's because the BIP node is set to 99. Let's see what happens if we set it to 0.
So I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll set it to 1.
So if you have 2 different animations playing at the same time that affect the same bones, and they're the same priority, what would happen? So like, let's say I have like a writing animation that for whatever reason affects the right arm.
Yeah, 2 bones happen to be the same bone priority. I actually am not entirely sure. We can figure that out right now, actually. I'm curious. So let's go to the... Hang on a second. Male, running forward. Let's just see what the bone priorities are on this one. Where is it? Control blocks. Left upper arm. It's 30. And for the forearm, it's 30. And for the hand, it's 30. In fact, we'll change all these to 30. And we'll just see what happens. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. Maybe they'll interpolate smoothly. But, I don't know. We'll just find out. Or maybe it'll be like half and half.
I like to imagine it'll just like create a new weapon animation that's like better than Hitman's.
Yeah, maybe. So I press it. As you can see, the animation's activating because he's moving forward. But it looks like it gets overwritten. I'm not entirely sure what's causing it and what's not. Oh, hello. They are smoothly interpolating. See? They're less extreme when I do the running forward animation. Holy shit. Okay, that has applications. That definitely has applications right there. Shit, I learned something today. My god.
Nice.
Yeah. This is my first time ever doing anything like this. You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why is this... Oh, I understand. Looks like I also got another question answered. This is at 1. So, remember, the node that moves the character laterally is whatever is BIP 01. And since we set it to 1, now he only moves... Oh, excuse me, that's paper flying around. Looks like when you play the SpecialIdle while he's moving, the BIP 01 node just adheres to whatever has the larger bone priority. So yeah, that's useful too to know. I'm gonna stop this recording just in case OBS takes a shit and start a new one. All right. Confusing locomotion. Your shit should be more organized than mine. Don't be like me. Organize your shit better than me.
This also looks really fucking easy to just hotfix edits to animations.
Exactly. It actually is really easy. You don't even need a script to replace animations. You just need to put it in the right folder path and name it correctly. If you name your animation correctly, then you've essentially just made your mod.